What's up, everybody? Welcome back to LeJeune Outdoors. We're gonna go get in the turkey blind. It's about 4:30 in the morning. Try and get on the turkey. I've been trying to make this video for about, I don't know, 3-4 weekends now, and haven't really got close to a turkey. Haven't really got a lot of good footage. So we're coming back out again today, trying to get one, see what happens. We'll catch you out there. It's hard to see, but there's a turkey coming in. You can probably hear it. Well, we ended up getting it done. I didn't get it on video because we were sitting in that blind where Kyle's coming out of. And we were calling them, hoping they were going to come in over here, right in front of us. We had our decoys out there. They didn't come in, and we could hear them. And I seen one way over, probably 100 yards out through my binoculars, but it went towards the field. And we were calling, and then all of a sudden we heard them in the field. So I got down out of the blind, crawled out of there, crawled up here, crawled over this log, and then I popped up right here, and there was a Tom, a Jake, and a hen. The reason why they wouldn't come into us, they were already with a hen. And here's the bird. So we got her done. Here it is. Probably 8-inch beard or so. Nice Tom. Got one nice big spur, and then the other spur is kind of messed up, but we got it done. Awesome day. Kyle got me one in there. He told me he'd get me one called in. He got one called in. We had to do some Rambo stuff to get it, but so I didn't get a video of it because it's kind of a last minute thing. I had to run out. And I didn't know what was even going to happen, and Kyle didn't want to come out behind me to record because we didn't want to mess it up, but ended up working out perfect. We shot him. He was about 25 yards. He was right here when I shot him. There's the feathers and stuff. That's where he fell, and that log right beside Kyle is where I popped up behind him. But really awesome. This is my first turkey hunt, or my first turkey season ever. Me and Kyle been chasing them for about 3 weekends with no luck. They just wouldn't come into us. We chased them down a couple times. The stuff didn't kind of go the way we thought it was going to go, but today it finally paid off. We ended up getting a bird down. So an awesome day. We're going to get back to the truck and then get everything cleaned up and all that stuff. We'll see you over there. What's up? We're back at the shop, and I was just going to show the beard. Ended up being, there we go, pretty much right on the dot at 10 inches. So that's pretty cool. First bird, 10-inch beard, and it's got about a 1 1/16 inch spur. This one just kind of broke off or something, but I'm going to get it cleaned up a little bit, and make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to do a recipe at the end of this video, especially because I didn't get the shot on the video. Usually I do it after, but since I didn't get the shot, I'm going to show the recipe right at the end of this video. I'm going to get it all cleaned up here. I'm going to pluck the breast. I'll kind of show you once I get some of these. I'm going to get some of these feathers pulled off, and I'm just going to put them in this bucket that I got here. I don't want to show it all because it's kind of gross, but I'll get it all pulled back, get the breast out, and I'll kind of show you that. Here's the breasts, the tenderloins, and the legs. I'm not going to do the legs today. I'm going to do another video on that. I'm probably going to smoke them. But I'm going to do the turkey breast today. And I'm going to do a spaghetti squash Alfredo with a crispy turkey on top. It's going to be a really good one. Probably one you've never seen before, so make sure you stick around. It's an awesome recipe. I do it a lot with chicken and stuff and fish and everything. But it's a really good recipe. It'll work really good with this turkey. I haven't tried it with turkey yet, but it should go really good. And then I'll do these another day. But I got my legs cut off, I got my beard, and I got my fan. I got to get it salted and everything. But stick around, we're going to get started on that recipe. We'll catch you over at the kitchen. Alright, so we're in the kitchen. And it's a little bit later than I was planning to do the recipe. It's actually about 3 weeks after I shot the turkey. I've had a lot of stuff come up, didn't have the time to do it earlier. I'm a little behind on videos right now, but I had some family issues come up and different things like that, and work and everything, so we're getting to it now. What I'm going to start with, this is going to be a spaghetti squash Alfredo, and then I'm going to do the turkey, a fried crispy turkey to put on top of the Alfredo. And the Alfredo noodles, I'm going to do spaghetti squash. And what I did is I poked a bunch of holes in the spaghetti squash and I put it in the microwave. You can cook it however you want, but it's really easy in the microwave. I just stabbed a bunch of holes in it. And this bigger one, it took 8 minutes, then I rotated it, then did another 8 minutes, and it was done. And then the littler one took 6 minutes, flipped 6 minutes. When it's done, it'll cave in like that, and it'll all separate from the skin. So I cut this one open, and then and you want to let it sit after you cut it, or after you microwave it. You want to let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes because it's going to be really hot. It's still really hot, and it's probably been 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to save these seeds because I'll probably plant them in my garden. But you take the seeds out of it, and then you just scrape, and it'll all just come out real easy like that. You just scrape it up, scrape it all out, get all that spaghetti squash out. And a lot of people probably don't like, you could probably do this with regular noodles too, but it is awesome with the spaghetti squash. You can't even really tell the difference that it's not noodles. And then I got my crock pot here. I just dump it in my crock pot. Okay, now we got all that in a crock pot. Got them all shredded up. And it makes a lot. You probably don't, even for a big family, probably 6 people at least. One squash would feed at least 6 people. Now the next thing we're going to do is go in with a heavy whipping cream. And this is probably half full. Put that whole thing in there. And then, this is one of the big parts of this. And this is the Prego Basil Pesto. And I got this at Walmart, but this makes a huge difference. So if you're going to do this recipe, I would definitely put this in. And all you need is like 1 to 1.5 tablespoons. That stuff's pretty strong. No, I'm probably going to go 2 tablespoons. It's really strong, so you don't want to go too heavy with it. It'll overpower everything. And then you could pretty much throw in any cheese you want. I like to stick with the Parmesan, but this is some shaved Parmesan I had as a leftover. I'm going to use the rest of that. And then I just have these are just some white sharp cheddar strips I had in the fridge that I'm just trying to use up. So I'm going to throw them in there. Shred them up. Then I have some low-fat Mexican shredded cheese. I'm going to throw that in there. It's probably a 1/4 bag or so. And then I'm going to do this is probably a 1/4 full of this Parmesan, grated Parmesan, and I'm probably going to do half that. And what I'll do is I'll do half, and then I'll check the consistency and see what it looks like. I like mine a little thick. I don't want it to be real runny. And if it needs a little bit more, I'll put a little bit more. Another thing I'm gonna do is like a tablespoon of this Better Than Bouillon roasted garlic base, and then half a tablespoon of this Better Than Bouillon seasoned vegetable. I want to mix that in a little bit of hot water, probably like a 1/4 cup of hot water. Then I'm going to pour that in there. Then I'm going to put the crock pot on high for probably 45 minutes. Now you could do it longer. You could do like, if you had it on low, you could probably do like an hour, hour and a half. But I'm trying to eat fairly soon, so I'm going to do it for probably about 45 minutes on high, and it'll be perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bread up the turkey that I shot. I'm going to bread that up, and I'm going to actually put it in the air fryer to make it a little bit healthier, but I'll show you that part of it. And I'll show you once about 45 minutes has passed. We'll get the turkey prepped and then get it into the air fryer, and should be pretty good. So, alright, so I got that Better Than Bouillon in just a little bit of water, not a lot. You don't want a ton of water or else it'll make it real watery. But the reason why you put that Better Than Bouillon, you don't have to add salt or nothing. It'll be salty, it'll have a really good taste. You don't have to add no more to it for flavor. So I get that mixed up good, and I'm going to put that in a crock pot. I'm telling you, if you've never tried any of my recipes, you've got to try this recipe. It's awesome. You could do it fried with chicken and then put it on top. You could just eat it by itself. Put some mushrooms in there or whatever you want, but I'm telling you, this Alfredo is amazing. And I'm going to, it's the first time ever trying wild turkey, but I'm going to bread it up with some breadcrumbs. I'm going to season them because they're unseasoned. I'm probably going to add a little bit of this Parmesan to that too, but I'm going to take that turkey, cut them in strips, I'll show you, and I'll pound it out flat so it's good, and then I'll put the breadcrumbs, a little bit of this, some salt, pepper and stuff, and then I'm going to put it in the air fryer just to make it a little bit healthier, but it's going to be really awesome, so stick around. So I actually let it go for it's been about 50 minutes now, and this is what it's looking like, which is exactly what you want. It's thick, but it's not too thick. And I like mine a little on the thicker side. So I'm gonna add about another half. This was only about a quarter when I started. I'm gonna add about another half of that. There's about that much left. Just a little bit left. Mix it up. Total, it's probably going to go about an hour, just because of the time it takes to cook the turkey and everything. And now we're going to get the turkey breaded, and I did a chicken breast too. So first thing, we're going to do a little breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to do the rest of this Parmesan. And I'm going to do, since these were not Italian breadcrumbs, I'm going to do some Italian seasoning. Good dose of that. Do some black pepper. If I could get it open. Pretty good dose of that. Some garlic powder. Some paprika. And you could use whatever seasonings you want. If I had Italian breadcrumbs, I probably wouldn't add as much. I'm going to do some salt. I'm not going to go too heavy with the salt because I might salt them when they come out when they're still hot. Get that stuff out of the way. Mix this up a little bit. And I'm not going to use an egg wash or anything. It should stick to it just fine because it's already still kind of wet coming out of the fridge and everything. That looks perfect. And then we're going to pound them out. Pound it out good and flat. I'm gonna get the rest of them pounded out, then we'll show you we'll get them all breaded up. So now we got them all pounded out flat. I'm going to take a little bit of this non-stick spray and spray it in my air fryer tray. And I preheated my air fryer, let it run for a minute just so this is good and hot and everything will, so hopefully it don't stick good. Then we'll just take the pieces, stick them in there, the breadcrumbs, get it mashed in there good, get some good breadcrumbs and everything on there. And right into the air fryer. You just want to get it smashed in there good so you get it covered on all sides. Stick it in there. Alright, so we got everything breaded up and put in that's going to go in for now. There's some turkey, some chicken, that way my mom doesn't really like the wild game, so I'll do some chicken for her. Now I'll spray it with some spray olive oil. Then we'll get it into the air fryer. And I'm gonna run it at 400, and I'm only gonna do 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip it and see what it looks like. I'll check the temperature. I'm not real 100% on the temperatures with the air fryer, so I'm gonna just check it with my thermometer, and then we'll get this last batch in, and I'll show you when it's all put together. So we're getting our first batch out. We got it right down to 165. It's looking about perfect. I'm going to put it in the oven just to crisp it up a little bit, and I'm going to get another batch started. And then we'll get it all put together, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alrighty, we got it all put together. It's looking really good. I've made the spaghetti squash Alfredo quite a few times. I've never tried wild turkey, so we're going to try that first. It's really good. It's got a real mild flavor. It's a little chewier than like chicken or whatever, but it's very, very good. Now we'll try it with a little bit of this spaghetti squash. A little piece. The spaghetti squash is crazy good. That's phenomenal. You have to try this. Even if you don't use you could use store-bought turkey, wild turkey, chicken, fish, anything. Get it crispy, put it on top of this Alfredo. It's amazing. If you don't try any of my other recipes, you gotta try this one. But if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.